What's going on, guys? We're going to be reviewing Prototype.
You play a guy called Alex Mercer. When you start off, there's this huge mystery. It takes place in Manhattan, and it's scaled like almost perfectly to Manhattan.
Definitely. Nice scale to the game.
Yeah, and these guys, you know, that made the game, they did Hulk, so they had already scaled Manhattan before. Apparently, there's a virus broke out in Manhattan, and you got to figure out, you know, what's going on because. You wake up in this morgue and you just got all these crazy powers. You're jumping all high and you got shit coming out of your arm and stuff. One of the things is it really veers from a lot of sandbox games that we've seen. Is done a lot of the same elements that we've seen before. It's kind of a mixture between obviously the Hulk. I see a little crackdown in there. They try to. I could see they want to do a lot of GTA in there, like the streets are like packed, like, you know,
right.
Liberty.
The game at least every 60 seconds makes you say, "Damn, yeah. That was pretty sweet." And then what I came across, which I thought was pretty cool, and it'll keep gamers going all the way, is the upgrade system. There's a whole shitload of things that you could upgrade, whether it's your moves, whether it's your jumping ability, your running ability,
combos, health, everything. And the best thing about it is you could just switch upgrades, not only types of upgrades like from shields to melees, combos, or like stealth moves. You can change them all on the fly without having to go into any menus or anything, which is, we're starting to see this a lot in gaming. It's just making things a lot easier, and I feel like this game executed that probably one of the best that I've seen.
You start off the game with your, like, not max powers, but your powers like at its almost at its peak, you know. And at that point you're like, holy shit. Then you go back to like how, you know, he originated that way, like what happened to him. And when you go back to that point, you're literally starting off with nothing except, you know, like a 20-foot jump. You know, you're still kind of slow, you can't do this glide thing. That's where the game gets crazy. You start unlocking stuff very, very fast, you know, and that keeps you going, man. Like, I was stuck there playing for like 4 hours straight. And I was like, all right, cool. I mean, all I did was have fun. Over time, the missions to me kind of seemed like, you know, they weren't that like great. But like, again, I think the focus of this game isn't really the missions. It's really just how open scale it is. They don't force you to do anything. You could even go just play like challenges on the side. You know, just fucking they put, you know, points. You just go from one point to another, just running, flying, gliding. You know, they teach you the game with those things too. You know, those challenges.
And that's one of the elements I'm talking about with sandbox games. They executed it perfectly. You don't feel like you ever have to do anything that you don't want to. And even with the missions, they're pretty straightforward. It's just to get you from point A to point B in the storyline. But at the same time, you can either play it balls out or you can try and play it really stealthy, which is very challenging, especially towards the second half of the game. Because then they start having, you know, they start coming up with all these different ways to detect you.
I love consuming people. I love how it looks. Like I love just grabbing people on the fly and then, you know, consuming them and just running up a wall. Or just remember that time we like grabbed somebody, took them all the way up to the top of a building. Yeah. We tossed them like way like across like to another building. We saw them land on top of a roof. We tried to go find them.
One of the reasons why this really stands out from a lot of the other sandbox games or even games in general, because one big thing that I notice is they don't give you a good and evil storyline, you know, where it's like you're either being really good or really bad, and it changes everything.
Who cares?
Just go out there, play the game how you want, and
they're not going to punish you for that. They're not going to reward you for it.
They really reward you for kicking ass. The more militia you take out, the more helicopters you take down tanks. You just keep racking up those experience
I think there was like a straight like 20-minute like rampage I had. All I did was just, even it was in the middle of a mission too. I was just like, I'm just gonna fuck people up, and that's what I did, and I had fun doing it. Prototype is for me, just bottom line, solid, fun, very fast paced, continuous upgrades, decent story.
I really don't see what else you look for in a sandbox game like this. I think they feed the gamer in every aspect of what they try to deliver. They definitely did a good job.